Hey everybody, I'm Scruff Dog, and you are watching the construction of the Mavis search and rescue rig. You are watching raw footage, meaning I had no plans on how to put this together. So I just kind of grabbed the camera, grabbed some parts, and started doing what I was doing. Which isn't necessarily the best of plans all the time. As you will see, as after I'm done soldering all this nice silicone wire to all the USB ports, that it doesn't actually work. So I had to switch to smaller wire and start over, and I don't think I even used any of those ports over. I think they were just time consuming and annoying to try and reuse. So there you go. I figured I'd go ahead and glue the lights to the sockets. Again, you should always test fit things before you make things kind of permanent. So here I am putting everything together for the first time. And that was when I realized too big of the wire. I also realized the way I was running it could have been a little better. So when I'm putting this wiring together, I pre-soldered the center joint this time, and then fed it through each half of the arm so that it would make things much easier. I don't know if that would have worked with the other wiring if I would have thought of that first, but it doesn't matter as this wire is perfectly capable of handling less than an amp. Well, actually, I'm sorry, the top leads will be handling about an amp and a half, and then each light actually only uses about 3/4 of an amp. So wire thickness is fine. So here I am getting everything wired up, getting everything soldered together, and this time I test fit everything and did not secure or glue anything until more towards the end. I also found a bad socket. You'll see me running into that here in just a moment. It turns out one of the pins was missing inside, which is why one of the lights wasn't working. I also said that, today I was out and she had her first test flight. I'll try to attach pictures and maybe a short clip at the end of this if I can make it work. Still learning all this stuff. But here you can see. Oh yeah, I was also chit-chatting with some people as I was going. So here you can see I'm just messing around, and then I finally figured out what was going on. Ah, right. I didn't. I resoldered it. Nothing worked. And then I started checking everything, and that's when I actually finally looked in and saw that the pin was missing. So, luckily I needed 4, but I ordered 12. Got everything back together here. Test, everything's good. Now to go through and glue modify and glue the battery packs for the holder. The plastic on the black holders kind of comes up and wraps around over top the battery. It is so tight that even if you're holding it in your hand, it is nearly impossible to get out without prying. So I cut all the lips off to make it so you can actually get the batteries in and out, and then a zip tie will secure them in, even though they are very tight in there, even without the sidebars. The wiring in the sockets wasn't very impressive, so I decided to take the thicker wire I had from earlier and use it as battery connecting bars. And I measured everything so it fit very snugly into the battery mount there. When I was doing my test flight today, it was mostly just on the ground, hovering, did a little bit of shaky back and forth, and I did not have any of the restraints on, and everything held really well. I'm still going to be using restraints on, the longer flights. However, it would seem that she's holding together pretty good. Here I'm gluing and then screwing together the arms to the battery pack mount. This mount was designed to be somewhat universal so that you can bolt whatever you want to onto it. So I still have the design, obviously, and if I do different lights or different accessories that require a battery pack, I only need this one design, and then whatever I design to add to it, it'll be quick and easy with the various mounts and the holes. I may also, on this still, as this is technically still a prototype, there is still a possibility of mounting a fifth light to the front, but I'm probably going to balk at that at first because of the weight. This is fairly heavy, and today's test flight only lasted for about 11 minutes. So I will be looking to eliminate more weight from this, which will require a bit of some redesign. But until then, oh look, there's a little bug. Until then, I'll be using this for test to mostly for aiming the lights for the redesign to see if I even need 4 or 2 lights good enough. Anything I can do, like the next one, the battery packs here, a lot of them will be, the bottoms will be cut out just for more weight, bigger holes. But there's definitely a need for less weight. I wanted it to come in under 300 grams, and it is at 270, but it's still pretty heavy. I'd like to get more battery life out of it. So the next design will be a little more holes, a little more lightweight, and those arms probably won't hang down as far. Because one thing I also noticed while the test flight today, well, during the test flight, was that it detected that it had accessories on it. I don't know if it visually detected, because those are hanging under the visual sensors, or if it was strictly going by weight. But I believe it visually saw the light or the lights hanging down, and it did limit the performance, which isn't a big deal. Obviously we're not going to be flying in sport if we're doing our thing, but I will likely shorten the legs to eliminate some weight. And here's the final epoxy of putting everything together. Almost done. So this was it. I will put some more stuff after this clip, and I hope you enjoyed. See you later. And we're back. Here's a few pictures I attached during the test flight, and after the third picture will be kind of a loud clip. It's from the same perspective, but it's a 30-second video clip, and the props are obviously pretty loud. But enjoy the pictures, enjoy the clip, like, sub, bell, and next week looks like I will likely be headed back to Carroll Island and the power plant. Take the range extender and hopefully get a little farther into Carroll Isle, or Carroll Island I guess you call it, and I'll see if anybody's around that wants to join. So, have a good one. Again, like, sub, bell, would appreciate it, and enjoy the clip here in just about 5 seconds. See y'all later.